Welcome, everybody. Give you guys a few minutes to file in here. Where's everybody from tonight? Is it Thomas? Tomas? Hello? Challenger? Yep. What's up from Iowa? Hello. Got some people up your way. What's going on, guys? Glad you're all here. Oh, man, there's a lot of people filing in. Wow. Get Zach Gilbert, Abraham Ramos, Owen Murrock, Good Boy Coy, Cran Duty. Let's see what else we got. Richard Lynham, Jesse Bourne. What's going on, everybody? Glad you're all here. All right. Got a few people rolling in. Give you guys just a couple more seconds. So, notice from the title, we've got the Challenger is about to go under the knife. So I still have a little bit of work left to do. I've got the front pan done, got the rear pan done. Had to make a patch here, and I ran out of wire for the patch that was going right there. So that's why I had to stop, and I took a second to clean up the shop, get all my tools picked up, and which means stuff's still on top of the Challenger, but it don't matter. I didn't want to be stepping on anything anymore. So, hey Mike, Classic Mustangs 429. Y'all go sub to him. Make sure you do that. He's a good guy. And while you're at it, Junkyard Digs, Thunderhead 289, DeBoss, Vice Grip Garage, all those good dudes. They're great guys. So, yeah, the reason I'm saying we're prepping for some surgery is that we're about to start tearing apart this rear frame rail. That's going to be a job. Check out all this stuff. You'll notice that it's all been kind of pushed over to this side. But this is everything left over from doing the floor pans. You can see I was cutting big chunks out. That's old metal. And here's new metal that I didn't use. A lot of the scraps. But a lot of metal that doesn't get used. But I was able to make some of those patches with it. So I took a lot of the extra pieces I had from floor pan. And I made one for right there and one for right there. Then open the door. It's looking pretty good though. Here's the rest of my wire. This is all I had left. And it just rolled on out. So it's done for. Got to get some more. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff done in here. I need to clean all this up inside. Still a couple tools in here, but plenty to do, but a lot has been done. The next step, I think somebody asked what the next step was, and besides sealing the floors, I have to go back and do some seam sealer on these welds right here and along that factory seam, and I just want to cover up all these welds right here and then on the floor. But once we get to that point, we will do that. And I actually got some sound deadener today. We're gonna put that in there. And what else we got? We got carpet. We got more sound deadening. We got some insulation. Got a whole lot of stuff. Be Quiet sent me some insulation and sound deadening, so I'm excited about that. So I want to test that out once everything's done in the floor. But I don't want to mess with it until all the welding's done. I don't want to catch fire or anything. I don't want to burn a hole through anything. So once all this is sealed up and put a good kind of coating on it just to keep it from rusting anymore, we'll go all up in here, seal it all up, put some nice sound deadener, insulation. Then we got a brand new roll of carpet. We got right here. All this is from good portion of this stuff right here is from Classic Industries. So got a lot of cool stuff coming in. I mean, we got brand new door panels, brand new rear door panels. And somebody was asking me, are you not worried about burning a hole in your door panels welding on the floor? I mean, not really, because I punched a hole in this thing and it's tearing apart. I've never seen a black door panel do that. Never seen that before, so that was kind of new for me. The other side looks pretty good, but this one's not so much. All right. Let's see what it, 11 your last live chat. You said best tool is having patience. Will said yes, absolutely. If you don't have patience, then you might as well just take a break, come back later when you do. because this car has tested my patience. The Charger tested my patience for sure. But the good thing about this car right here is I'm not trying to make a deadline. The Charger, I had to make it by power tour. This car, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I'm not gonna sweat it. So I'm not too worried about it. And I'm just taking my time, doing what I need to do and doing it right. And that's what I want to do, because there's a lot of time involved in putting in these floor pans. A lot of work, a lot more than you realize. It's taking a lot of time and a lot of man hours, a lot of patience. So, and really going to be tested, cutting out that frame rail on the back, it's on the passenger side, and all that floor pan. It's going to be quite a lot. Somebody said, hold on. Is your Hemi cammed or stock? As of right now, I mean, it does have a cam in it, but it's completely bone stock 2015 Grand Cherokee. It's a bone stock 5.7. I might put a cam in it, maybe some bigger injectors, bigger throttle body. But again, I've said it a few times. I don't want it to be something ridiculous. I don't want it to be unbearable to drive. I want it to be an easy-going car. Have some good power. I mean, even a bone stock Hemi is going to have a lot of power. But no, I don't want it to be crazy power. Or not crazy power, but crazy radical. I don't want it loping all over the place and just, I don't want any of that with this car. I want this thing to be everything, pretty much a cruiser. I want it to be a road trip car. Gonna get a new door? Nope. Negatory. Good day, mate, from Melbourne, Australia. Secret Squirrel. Glad you're here. That's awesome. What time is it over there? Happy holidays to you too, Bradley. Greetings from Argentina. Mauricio Ferreira. Sorry if I know I butchered that. Adam Ratley, hello. Sounds like you're getting over being sick. Take time to rest, man. Your fans aren't going anywhere. Was I sick? I don't remember. Probably was at some point. There's no telling. Road trip sounds fun. Yeah, I think so. Cop car rims on the Challenger? I don't know. These are factory 14s. And I want to put a bigger wheel and tire on it. I want to run, because this car is going to be built to handle. So I'd rather run a modern size wheel and tire combo. I've got a nice set of 17 by 8s and 17 by 9s. They're Anson slots. They're called the Anson Sprint, but they look like an old slot mag. But it's got a 275/40 in the back and a 245/40, I think, in the front, if I remember correctly. Be pretty good. I think it'll look nice, and it'll ride a little rougher compared to a taller tire, but it'll handle nicely and be a lot easier to find a replacement tire if I ever had a blowout or something like that. But we'll see. Years of Challenger, this is a 73. V8 5.7 Hemi, gotta love it. Yeah, you do. You really do. Let's take a look at this this frame rail that I'm telling you guys about. Look up under here on the car. So I haven't even touched any of this yet, but that's where the fun's gonna see that right there. That's frame rail. I'm just gonna go over here. Let me see a little better. Yep, that's all nice and crunchy frame rail. So we'll have to cut right about here. I think I have enough metal to make work, and cut all this out. But we got to cut the floor pan out first, because it needs to be replaced. You can see right there, it's got some holes in it. But I just got a brand new 2-piece floor pan. Classic Industries hooked me up again. I'll have to drop the gas tank and then totally cut out the floor. But structurally speaking, this is the only spot that this car has a problem with. So we'll cut it all out, replace it, put it back in, and hopefully it'll hold together. I've never done a frame rail before, but hey, always good time to learn. Never know whenever you might need to put a frame rail in. So no time like the present. No putting 17s on that with that in the way first. With what in the way? The frame rail? Yeah, no, I don't want to put nice wheels on it before then. All numbers matching? No, that's boring. I love that you leave the paint, dents, scratches, giving your vehicle character. I would do that myself. See, the thing about this car is, yes, it is a Challenger for certain, but you will spend way more to fix the car and do everything right. I mean, and not saying they're not doing things right, but to restore it to a T, you know, because it would need fenders, it would need a firewall. The cowl right here has got rust in it. Inner fender needs rust repair. It needs a whole door, a rocker. You know, let alone the stuff that I've already done. You know, it needs all that. It's going to need a frame rail, and it's going to need a whole trunk pan. You know, and if you did all that, there's no telling what else might be wrong with it. I can't see, but at least structurally it'll be fine, and drive on down the road. And if I did sell it one day, then sure, I could probably make my money back out of it. But it's to the point where, you know, if this were a 70 big block 4-speed RT Challenger, then yeah, I wouldn't be doing this to it. I would for sure fix it the right way. I'd put a door on it, everything. I would do it right. But it is a base model 73 318 2-barrel 3-speed. And I've always wanted a Challenger, but I'm a big proponent of driving the car and having fun with it. And I honestly believe that if you rolled up into a car show, pulled up next to an immaculate 73 Challenger, and had this ginormous dent in your car rolled up, you know, with a Gen 3 Hemi manual transmission and some nice wheels and tires, I bet people would walk straight to this car. And I think that a lot of people would really enjoy the way that these things look. And I'm not, again, I say this plenty of times, I'm not knocking the guys who restore cars. I think that's great what they do. That's their prerogative. Then by all means, go for it. I think it's awesome. But for me, I think the door adds character. I think it's funny. And I think it's really cool. And, you know, it gets a lot of people asking, like, why are you doing this? And I think that's the most fun I ever have is people questioning what I do. So, what color are you going to paint it? That's it right here. You going to repair body rust? Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Been cutting floors out. Cars are meant to be driven. No trailer queens for me. Yeah, that's true. Lincoln, Nebraska. Hello. How much is a door skin for it anyways? I don't know. Dad even has a door for one of these cars. He offered to give me. He said, you can have it and put it on the car. And I said, I'll have to pass because I just think it's so cool. Base models are the best to work on. I agree because this car had no options. It had no power steering, no power brakes. It had discs up front, which I think that was standard by this time. But I don't know for 73. I don't know if you could get drums back then. But at that point. Anyway, but this car is so easy to work on. So few things to have to worry about. You know, I was able to pull the engine in a matter of a couple hours. You know, I didn't have to worry about hooking any kind of lines, no accessories up front. I just yanked it and I was done. And that's what I loved about it. So, yeah, you know, I don't plan on going back with power steering. Maybe one day I'll go with a rebuilt box. A steering box is actually like, you know, a little bit quicker, a little bit tighter. But for now, that'll do fine. And then I might add AC to this car. I'd like to. I would really like to do that. But for right now, you know, that's an add-on I could do later. For right now, I want this car to be running and driving because the air conditioning doesn't bother me right now. But eventually, I'd like to add it. You clear coat? Maybe. I might do this one. The Charger I might do too. Just haven't done it yet. You know, it's just a matter of when I get to that point. So when is it done if you're not going to fix everything? I mean, a project car is never done. At least if you're doing it right, it's never done. You know, you always keep improving, always keep making things better. I mean, I can't honestly say that I've ever had a car that's actually done. I've had cars for years. My blue car, a Blue Dart 72 Swinger, I've had it since I was probably 17, and it's still not done. For sure, by a long shot, not done. But that's because I drive it. Things break. Things wear out. And that's what I don't know. That's just me. Never done. Hurry up and drop Hemi in, and I want to see it run and move. Yeah, I do too, but I'm taking it I want to take baby steps. Not really baby steps, but I'm trying to make the process right. I want to get this thing structurally sound before I start, messing under the hood. I want to get everything structurally ready, and I might even add in some subframe connectors at some point. But no, I don't. I don't want to mess with the engine and transmission until this thing is ready to accept all that. Longstreet, Louisiana. Zachary Keith. Hello. Started working on my 68 Charger. Thanks for all the inspiration. You rock. That's awesome. Best of luck to you on that one. That's a really cool car you got there. So yeah, we got tons and tons of parts laying over here. We got plenty of things going on. These are two, which I did detail all this to an extent in a previous video, but we got two bumpers. What is that right there? I don't even remember. I wrote on all the boxes, but there's no telling. I think that might be door panels. Yeah, those are front door panels. This is just a bunch of no telling what. That's my turbo setup right there for a small block. My trunk extensions right there. What else? Somebody actually sent me a harness for a modern Hemi. It is Speed Cal on Instagram. And then David Brantley, he's actually been on this on the comments. I just picked up his RT badges, so that's pretty awesome. I need to open that up, but I appreciate that. And but this is like a modern harness for I think it was a Ram truck. It was speed.cal, C-A-L on Instagram if you guys want to follow him. But he was doing a Hemi project and he had a leftover harness that he just sent to me. But he sent it to my P.O. box. So that was really awesome, really cool, and hopefully I can use it on the Challenger. It's $508 for a new door on Rock Auto, or free. I'm a little envious. I wanted a late 60s, early 70s muscle car since I was 18. I got an idea for you. Go check out my last video with the Galaxy 500. That car is not your textbook muscle car, but it has the ingredients to make a muscle car. You've got small block Ford. You've got an automatic transmission, bulletproof transmission. You've got a good rear end. You've got all the ingredients to make it. It's a rear-wheel drive V8 automatic car. You just have to, put in the work to make it what it is. And I got the car for free, but it's because it had no title. And I was the only person who showed interest in it. And they said, here, you just take it because we're not going to do anything with it. So I got the car for free, but you can find those cars in nice shape for next to nothing. So look out for these mid-70s V8 rear-wheel drive boats. You can have a lot of fun with those things. Where do most of your parts come from? Summit Racing. I buy a lot of stuff from them. And all this stuff right here is Classic Industries. They have a lot of awesome restoration parts. So pretty much everything interior-wise for this Challenger is in those boxes right there. And not to mention all the floor pans from AMD that they sent me. So I got a lot of cool stuff coming in. Hello from New Hampshire. Nate Gregory, what's up? Joseph Dixon, what year is the car? 1973. Trade you an 87 Monty Super Sport Aero Coupe. I do love an Aero Coupe. I think those are awesome, but I'll have to pass on that one. It will get there. I like seeing the progress you've been making. Very cool to see things done. Thank you. Appreciate that. How did it get dented? From what I was told, a trailer backed into it. The car was parked, and a trailer, I can't remember if it rolled down a hill or something, but it backed into the door, and it didn't damage the car structurally. I thought it might have creased it, but I mean, it's all sheet metal. You can look at it, and it's all dented right here. The rest of it's straight, so straight besides the dents, as we like to say here. But no, that's nothing structural. It didn't hurt the car. So it could be fixed, but nah. Cool seeing the Challenger getting saved. My driver is a 63 Dodge 440 four-door, more-door sedan with 318 poly. Love the older cars. Yeah, those poly engines are pretty neat. I've always wanted to mess with one. I haven't really done a lot with them, but I think they're neat. 5-speed going to the Challenger? Hope so, one day. For right now, I might do the 833 base style transmission, some kind of overdrive or maybe a 4-speed. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Thanks for responding to my messages. Made my night. Can't wait for the rest of the series. Thank you for watching. Where's the green Charger? It's hidden. It's up for hibernation right now. I drove it not that long ago, but just not really done much to it. I've been messing with this car this whole time. Actually, something I did do besides the Challenger is old Rump got a new carburetor from Amazon.com. I got it on Amazon Prime. So this was the old dinky 2-barrel Carter, and I got a brand new one for it in the from Amazon, and it worked perfectly fine. I paid like $75 for it maybe, and this one wouldn't idle whenever the thing got hot. So, because what happened when I actually changed the intake gasket, but I left the carburetor bolted to it. So whenever I flipped the intake over, I think that I might have got some trash up in here in a circuit or something. So instead of just trying to rebuild this one for $30, I bought a brand new one for $75, and it runs great. Idle's fantastic. Truck will lay a patch all the way down the driveway. It's awesome. I'm a Mopar guy. 69 Dodge Charger is my all-time favorite classic muscle car. I will say, I do love a Charger, but man, I'm an E-body guy, an A-body guy, and a truck guy. I'm a big fan of these cars over a B-body. And besides the looks, now a 69 Charger is a tough-looking car, but these Challengers are so much easier to work on. Way easier to work on. Way easier to get in. Trunk's not ginormous to put a trunk pan in. I mean, it's so easy to get up under the dash and work on stuff, and that's what I like about this car. It's a lot less involved. I like that. And the harness, man, the original harness was all plug-in, all plug-and-play. I mean, they just going down the assembly line. There was a plug on this side over here. I mean, I didn't have to cut anything. I had to do anything like that. I didn't even have to hook the engine harness. I just unplugged it from and not even from the bulkhead. The bulkhead came out, and then it had an extra plug right here. Like, oh, simple. Unplug that, pull the engine. Have a 2018 Challenger. I love how they kept the old body style. Yes. I want to do a comparison. I've got a friend who's got a new, it's a 2018, 5.7 RT. It's the 8-speed automatic, but it's got a very similar paint job to this car as far as the shade of color it should be. It's a little bit darker silver than what my car originally came with. But when this car is done, I want to pull them up side by side and do just a walk-around comparison of the two of them. Are you going to do a frame-off repair on the frame? Well, the car is a subframe car, so you can't pull the body off a frame like a GM or a Ford or some Fords. Yeah, these cars are not full-frame cars. They have a subframe that goes right up here, and then it's just connected by body, and then they have cross members that tighten up the body across the ways, and then there's another frame rail back here. But no, and then you can add in subframe connectors like I mentioned earlier to kind of make it a full frame car, but no, it's all actually welded to the body. Do you do this work at your everyday job? If not, what do you do at your job/career? My job/career is that, my job/career. It's separate from YouTube, and I want to keep it that way. But no, this is just a hobby. So what I do in my day job that's it. That's what I do in my day job. But no, this is all, that's why I tell you guys, I work a full-time job outside of doing YouTube, and they're both basically a full-time job. I've been out here for a few hours just cleaning up the shop. There's a lot of hours and a lot of time that goes into this stuff and that's just to work. That's just to do the work on the car. A bunch of hours, not let alone taking the time to film it, putting it together to edit. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I love it. I absolutely love doing this stuff. But, every now and then I'll get a comment like, where's this? Why aren't you working on this? Why are you taking so long? Well, it's because I got a full-time job outside of YouTube, But no, I love what you guys have done. Love everything about it. and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Plus, you'll have a story when someone asks about the car door. Glad you're working on Rump. Oh man, Rump is a tough truck. I have abused that thing. So just every now and then I'll dump the clutch and just lay a patch. But that sucker is a nice truck. I love it. No rust. Oh, this car's full of it. Yeah, absolutely. Are you gonna repaint it? No, I am not. Trying to fix up my first car. You keep up. Ashton Hall, yeah. Keep going with it. We'll buy a C-Body 440 car next. These are bargains. Yes, C-Bodies you could buy next to nothing too. That 65 Chrysler there's not a 300, it's a Newport 4-door. I paid, gosh, $900 for it. Running and driving. It needed brake work. Carburetor was a little finicky, and then the transmission blew up on me. But, you know, I probably have $2,000 in it, and it's a running and driving car, and it looks like a police car now, and I love it. Big fan of yours. What's going on with the Galaxy? Nothing right now. I just wanted to put it together, put a little video just for you guys. I thought it was kind of fun to get it running again because I've always loved the car, but I don't have a title for it, and I don't know if I will. I can get one, but I don't know if I will. It's just one of those things like they gave it to me, so I'd hate to leave it there rotting away, but I don't know. We'll see. Ever plan on working on any EMCs? We actually did. Junkyard Digs and Thunderhead 289 came down, and we tried to get a 73 or 4 Javelin to run. Had an inline 6, but we couldn't get it to fire. We did not have a spark. We tried everything we could, but just didn't work. If you actually go down to, well, I did work on a couple of EMCs, like technically. I mean, there was a Jeep in there, like a mid-70s Jeep. I think they were AMC at that point. It was like Will They Run, Junkyard First Starts, something like that. But there was a picture of a white Javelin. So if you look at that, you can see what we were doing with that one. It's pretty cool. What do you want for the block that used to be in that? I want to keep it. You gonna fix those dents? Nope. Let me catch up on some comments. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get back to where we were. Bro, you need money for the car? I mean, yeah, these cars take money. That's the name of the game. You gotta spend money to get these cars going. How do you get these cars? I bought it. This one was pretty cool. I actually had a subscriber send me a message on Instagram, and he said, "Hey, I found this Challenger. Thought you might want to check it out." And sure enough, I went and bought it. Straight 6 fan. Hey, I got your shirt right here. He asked, would you ever swap one of these Jeep 3.6 liter V6s in an older Mopar? If I knew how, maybe. I don't really know much about that, but one day. Old Straight 6 fan sent me this shirt right here. Hold on, let me spread it out so you guys can see it. Put it on the windshield of the car here so you can kind of see what we got going on. It's pretty neat. Got a sweet little drawing of the tilt on a slant 6. You see it says 30 degrees slant towards passenger side, and you can see it's pretty neat. It looks like a drafter did it. Yeah, there's his YouTube channel if you guys want to check it out. Straight 6 fan. Pretty awesome, neat design. You know, a lot of you guys love the slant 6s, and I do too. So it's pretty neat to have a shirt for a slant 6. You're going to get new tires and rims? Yes. Like I mentioned earlier, some 17x9s in the rear and some 17x8s in the front with the pretty sticky tire, good street tire. If you could own any movie car what would it be and why? Mine would be the Vanishing Point Challenger, the Death Proof Nova. Well, you stole my one answer. The Vanishing Point Challenger is the ultimate movie car. But, man, there's so many good movie cars. I mean, I love Christine. There's Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, Charger, even the 4-door. Is it an Impala or a Biscayne? Anyway, either one. Such a neat car. I love the Death Proof Charger. I even love the Valiant from Duel. There's a lot of good movie cars out there. Let's see. Why don't you want to restore the body with fresh paint? Go scroll back a few minutes. I talked about value of the car and the story of the car. A lot of it. I went in depth with that, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore. What exhaust will you go with on the Challenger or the Charger on this chart? Okay, so this is a Challenger. I have some new mufflers I want to try. I got some Flowmaster Flow FX mufflers. They're kind of like a MagnaFlow or a Dynamax Ultra Flow, where they're a straight through design. The Charger was extremely loud because the cutouts right here leaked like nobody's business. So I want to get rid of the cutouts on that car. They're awful, but I'm gonna try those Flowmaster mufflers because they're supposed to be pretty quiet at idle until you actually get on it. So they're pretty cheap too, and they're stainless. So I want to see how they sound. Everything from Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah, that Mustang is awesome. Gonna try and beat you restoring my 74 Challenger. I bought it in October, but I haven't got a clue of what I'm doing. Hey, neither do I. But we make it work, right? Just tear into it, start making things happen. That's how. I mean, I'm still learning how to put floor pans in. I'm learning as I go. But hey, I got floor pans now. This may have been answered already, but why isn't he putting in a Elephant crate motor? Because that's going to cost me more than this car is worth. I think one of those is like, what, $15,000, $20,000, maybe more? I don't know. And I don't have that kind of money. So that's why. Dual vanishing point all the way, all the grades. Dylan, can you pull the door out? Yeah, I can open it. Six in the row, ready to go. Speaking of vanishing point, have you seen the rebuilt vanishing point Challenger rebuild on Nick's garage? Yes, I have. That's a beautiful car. What happened to your first car? I bought it back. Actually, I did that this actually past week on Christmas Eve. I went and bought the car back, brought it back home. So it was a 12-hour round trip by the time we got back home. But yeah, I went and actually bought my first car back. And I actually am going to restore that one. So for all you guys who want to restore a vehicle, it's going to happen to that one. Is it going to happen anytime soon? No. I'm going to wait till I build a shop to do all that so I can have the space to do it. But yeah, one day that car will actually be restored. So again, in case you guys are late or haven't seen, this is all the stuff that came out of the Challenger. You see not all of it. There's a lot more. But that's a lot of the rust that I cut out of the floors, and then here's all the leftover scraps that I got from putting the floor pan in. But yeah, there's a lot of cutting and a lot of trimming that goes on with all this stuff. I'm going to put some of this stuff up in case I have to make any more patches, but I just kind of shuffle it all over here so I can have this side of the shop clean for now, because it's about to get serious on the back side of this Challenger. Because I'm going to pull, to do all this. We showed the frame rail earlier, but I'm going to pull the rear axle and the springs, everything. I'm going to have a completely clear and clean slate to work with, nothing in my way, and it's going to get real here in a minute. So that's why the title's saying prepping for surgery. I was cleaning up in here, and then I'll jack the car up, pull all the rear suspension out, and start cutting a floor pan and a frame rail out. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited, but we'll never know how it goes until we actually get in there. Donna Brown, hello, Dylan from Junkyard Diggs family in Iowa. Hello, glad you made it. And if you don't know, that's Junkyard Diggs' mom. She's awesome. Give him a subscription there if you haven't already, and as well as let's see, Classic Mustangs 429, Thunderhead 289, Vice Grip Garage, DeBoss Garage, and big thanks to my mom for monitoring these comments and keeping all these guys from spamming the comments or making rude comments. So big shout out to her for being the monitor for this. How good has your price haggling gotten over the years? It's definitely an improvement part of letting a project car. Yeah, so that's a good, really good question. I almost didn't buy this car. I really came close to not buying it because they did more than I thought it was worth, and I almost walked away. But Dad taught me into. He really put me in an ultimatum. He said, "I said, what do you think? What do you think about this price?" And he says, "Well, Dylan, I'll tell you what. If you don't buy it, it's coming home either way. He said, I'll buy it if you don't." I said, "Well, that kind of settled the deal." But no, I've realized now. Back then, I was like, "Oh, I have to have this car. I have to pay whatever to get it." And there was a lot of times where I didn't want to say no, but learning to say no and to walk away is probably your biggest weapon. Not I want to say weapon, but your best bet to be able to say no to a deal. That'll really help you out a lot if you're ever in a situation where you're trying to buy a car. Being able to walk away is your strongest tool that you can have. So always keep that in mind. But no, I mean, I always be respectful, and I'm not afraid to make an offer. And I always say, I'm going to stand up to my offer. If I make an offer, then I will back it up. That's a legit me. If I make an offer, then I will pay that if the car checks out. But no, it's really improved because used to I would just like, oh, this looks cool, go buy it, not even care, not even haggle. But no, now like you got to learn to when to walk away, and that's the biggest thing. Since you're not fixing the dents or repainting, will you at least be sealing the patina with a clear coat to prevent rust in the future? Yeah, probably. I would like to at one point. What seats are you going to use? So I want to do something aftermarket, kind of like the Charger. I want to have something with a nice bolster on the sides. They do make seat covers for my Challenger, and I think they make seat foam as well. But I don't know if I want to recover those or if I want to just go ahead and buy new seats that have a nice bolster and actually recline all the way like I have in the Charger. I loved those seats. They were so comfortable for a long trip. So I might go with that. The back seat will be the same. It'll be the factory one because the rear seat's still nice. I'll just clean it up, put it back in. But I do want to go with some aftermarket front seats. Just ordered floor pans for my 66 El Camino. Very nice. Good luck. Will you ever restore a car to pure stock? I doubt it. What's your daily driver? Me, this 97 Camaro RS. Hope to pull the V6 for a V8 in 2020. Have plans in motion. I drive a 2004 Mustang V6 5-speed. And I got it with 72,000 miles, and it now has 162 or 3. So over 90,000 miles I've put on that car. I had it since I was 16. Love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Shout out to the awesome moms. That's right. All subscribed already. You guys are great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So the final product will be patina on the outside, next to new on the inside. You got it. Hit the nail on the head. Mechanically, this car will be brand new and drive like a new car. But on the outside, it'll look like you just put out a fence row. And that's what I like. I just like the way it looks. And again, this is me. I don't want to say that I'm doing it just to prove a point. But I kind of am, kind of not. But I want to show you guys that you don't have to have a 6-figure budget to build a nice car. So I don't care about look. I mean, I care about looks to an extent, but I want the car to function like a car because what are these cars meant to do? They're meant to be driven. And a lot of the times you see these TV shows and they spend like $60,000, $70,000 on a car, and it's immaculate. The paint's brand new, but the thing about it is, does that car ever get driven? Like, what do we don't know that. And I just think that I want to show to people that you can have fun on a budget and make a really cool car in the process. So I think that's kind of why I'm not doing this car full out restoration, because I don't care to do that. Maybe one day I'll do it, but for right now, it's a good car. It's got solid bones and it just needs some repair work here and there. But at the end of the day, it's still a 73 Challenger, and it'll have a modern Hemi, manual transmission, awesome gears, and I'll drive it. And that's the biggest thing, is that I want to drive this car and I want it to be fun. And I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to, make everybody's day. I'm not here to do something for anybody else except for me. This car is my car, and I take suggestions to an extent, but at the end of the day, it's my car, and I want it to be what I want it to be. And I have respect for a giant dent in the door. If I see a Challenger rolling up like that, I'm like, that is awesome, because it's only original once. I mean, mechanically it won't be original, but there's a story to that. There's a story to everything, every little nick, little rust spot, little dent. There's a story to why it got there and how it ended up being the way it is, and I totally love that. So, no, that's just how it is. Like the dent, it gives it character. Absolutely, I think it's pretty neat. I like the budget build. Please post a running dollar expenses. Yeah, maybe one day I'll have to total up everything, but yeah, I'm just all about make him do with what you have, and I think that's awesome. I mean, the engine, I got a 5.7 Hemi for $500 on Facebook Marketplace. I've already got a manual transmission car. I'll just put whatever transmission I need in it. I got gears that I can use. I can rebuild the brakes on a budget. I don't have to spend all the money that I could spend on getting the car painted in a nice rust-free car and have all the dents straightened out, laser straight, and a nice paint job. I could spend all that money on making the car run and drive, and that's me. So, sorry guys, I'll get off my soapbox now. My 74 Charger has the exact same rear speakers in the deck. Wonder if they were a factory add-on or something. Just weird you have the same ones being the same year pretty much. Yeah, they're I don't know what the deal is. I don't think, well, they could be factory add-ons maybe. I don't know. I thought it had speakers. The thing has a rear defroster, but I don't know, maybe they are factory add-on speakers. It's got a radio in it, but it does have, speaker in the dash. So maybe it was. I don't know. I had to crawl up under there and see. That's pretty cool. What gear ratio are you going with? I don't know. I've got a 391 Sure Grip over here that's brand new that I haven't used anything. It's got a 323 that's open right now, so we'll just have to see what I feel like. Are you into drag racing? If so, would you ever build a drag car? I love it. I've never built one. One day I want to. I've got a big block and a duster just waiting to be put together, but, who knows? What app you use to found any muscle cars? Facebook Marketplace works a lot. Lots of weight reduction going on with that body. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thoughts on the 2018 Dodge Demon? I like it. I like it too. Thanks, Dylan, for the videos and for showing off all this old Mopar iron. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Let me catch up on some comments. Having a car you have to be nice on the streets, but with an old car you can run the streets. He's been drag racing in the police car. I did do that. I did drag race the police car. That was a fun time. I like what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Look over here. How solid this side is as far as the floor goes. I mean, that's for the car sitting as long as it did. It's amazing that it is so rust-free on this side. So, but you got I replaced that, and did 2 patches over here. You can see I'm working on this patch right here, and then I did one over there, but this side is just about perfect. But I'll clean it up, seal it up so it doesn't rust anymore. Trent Sloan, love watching your videos. Keep it up, Bubba. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. It's weird the door is crunched, but fully functional. Oh, yeah, that's why I like it. Now, if it wouldn't open, then yeah, sure, I probably would do something different. But no, it still works. So, hey, why not? When will the next video be? Well, I put one up Saturday, so that's the last video. From the looks of the roll cage, the 2020 Demon Drag Pack will be a 7-second car. Good gracious. How much horsepower does the car have with those speakers? That's an extra 2. Mine has a rear defrost too. That's pretty cool. Maybe that, you know what? It could be a factory deal. Maybe if you had the rear defrost situation, you had to have these extra speakers. I never thought about that. That's really weird. But the thing is, this car, it wasn't in like a cold climate, so I don't understand why it has a rear defroster, but I don't know. What are you gonna do about the battery box or the battery in the trunk? I would like to put the battery in the trunk, but what I might end up doing, see if I can find a Toast Challenger, even worse than this one, and cut out that section and just weld in a new patch. That way it's solid up here in the front. So I don't know what I'll do just yet, but I do want to put the battery in the rear. I think that would help. And it keeps all the mess out from under the hood. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits. My phone's about to die, but I appreciate everybody coming out here. You guys are awesome. So much awesomeness in this chat. Tons of cool support. You guys are great. I love doing this. Love having these live videos. Love doing YouTube, mainly because you guys are incredible. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, there's Junkyard Moot. What's up? I didn't even see you in here. What's going on? Anyway, sorry about that. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, leave a like down below. Subscribe, not only to me, but to Thunderhead 289, Junkyard Digs, Classic Mustangs 429, The Boss, Vice Grip, Garage. Subscribe to all these dudes. They're putting out great content. They're really great people, and love every one of them. So, again, just leave a like. You have a question for me, you can comment down below. You can send me an email. It's at the end of the video. Order a t-shirt or a sticker if you haven't already. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to close up shop and go to bed. So thank you all for being here. I'll see you in the next one.